Back to Madison Square Garden, the Rangers lead the Islanders 5-2 and just one period away from advancing to the finals of the Patrick Division. Joining me is Hubie McDonough, 26-year-old rookie with the
for the sixth game. That's high, 3-2. Timing is off. You better take these last. I thought that was going to go right out to center field for a triple. Man, we got to see that one again.
Gary Pettis gets the headlines, but Roberto Kelly does it when it counts right here. Out of nowhere, Roberto. And Dave Righetti says, thank you, Roberto.
I'll say, what a difference that makes.
In big trouble now. They lost at home tonight to Washington. The Caps can wrap up the series back in Landover on Sunday evening. 4-3 tonight's final. New Jersey led 2-1 after 2 periods, but 27 seconds into the third period, Rod Langway's rebound came out to ex-Ranger Mike Ridley. They were tied at 2, and then Dino Ciccarelli put Washington ahead with his National Hockey League leading 8th goal of the playoffs. Just an unbelievable postseason for Ciccarelli so far. Now, at Boston tonight, this is the Whalers against the Bruins. Cam Neely has scored 2 goals in the game, his second and third of the playoffs. That was an unassisted shorthanded goal we showed you last intermission. It came at 18:07 of the second, and it put the Bruins ahead of the Whalers 3-2. That's where they stand now, late third period. Montreal has beaten Buffalo at the odds. Stéphane Richet's 2 goals back to 30-save performance by Pasqua, 4-2, so the Canadians can wrap that series up back at the Forum on Sunday. The St. Louis Blues got some good news today. X-rays on the shoulder of rookie goaltender Curtis Joseph were negative.
3-0. And the crowd on their feet, they want this strikeout. He got it. Oh! Rod Righetti puts on a little good burst there like Pasquale. 3 up, 3 down. Rags does it. And the final score, the Yankees 3 and the Rangers nothing.
There's the man that Dave Righetti goes right after with a big smile and a
Oh, that's great, isn't it? I mean, you see how much he appreciated that catch.
For the Yankees, 3 runs, 6 hits, and an error. The Texas Rangers, no runs, 3 hits, and 1 error. Pascual Perez, 5 strong innings, allowed only 1 hit. Guterman and Righetti. Don't you think Dave Righetti has a sigh of relief down deep?
Oh, absolutely. Now, I'll tell you who else has got a sigh of relief, Bucky Dent, because the Yankees were really very fortunate to win that game. I mean, it could have been 0-0 right along. They scored that first run in the first inning on an error and a bloop double.
Spilling out of the pile, the Bruins still have the puck. And now Everson steals a galley pass, and he'll clear.
Cam Neely is screaming at Terry Gregson as he leaves the ice.
Now Prop and Everson in their efforts to get into the bench area.
Point of this contest to this point. Broughton comes out of the penalty box and strips Norton of the puck. Now Fitzpatrick makes a nice save here, but then watch Broughton work to get the puck away from the 2 Islander defensemen. Kratzman and Norton will go in the corner. Watch Broughton with his determination. Now LaFontaine thinks his team is going to get the puck, so he circles outside the blue line. Rochefort notices Broughton's got it. He moves in, takes the pass from Kissio. LaFontaine comes in, he's too far back. And Rochefort has a tricky wrist shot. He scores.
A shorthanded goal. And the big difference, power play for the Rangers.
It has been on a roll for the last 4 games. Nichols and McDonough battle. Nichols gets it back. Now, as you'll see the puck go to Bloomberg, watch everybody go to him, leaving Gartner wide open. For the redirection, Fitzpatrick no chance. That gave the Rangers a 2-goal lead. They have 1 more. It's 5-2.
Gardner has 2 power play goals in the game. We'll be back with the third period in just a moment. TWA, find out how good we really are. Rochefort at 102, a shorthanded goal. Gardner, a power play goal at 8:40. Wilson, an even strength goal at 11:34. Shots on goal, Rangers 9, total 20. Islanders 7, total 21. And the Islanders start the third period on a power play. 37 seconds remaining in the holding penalty to Normand Rochefort. Crossman and Norton. LaFontaine, Sutter, and Bullock. Rangers with Moeller, Patrick, Turcotte, and Erickson. Sutter. Crossman. Down low for Volek. Missed it. Stopped by Richter at the side of the net, and he holds it. 13 seconds remaining in the power play.
13 seconds remaining on Friday the 13th. Thought I'd mention that.
Don't start those superstitions,
man. What a dreadful day. So the Rangers face off in their own zone. The Islanders have outshot the Rangers 21-20 throughout the contest to this point. Islanders go with Volek, LaFontaine, and Sutter. They take Patrick Flatley off the line to put LaFontaine on there, Sam, and they continue with both Crossman and Norton for the point man for their power play.
Friday the 13th, what'd you do? Lock yourself in your office and close the shades?
Got a headache all day just thinking about it.
LaFontaine against Kissio. Kissio gets to the puck. That's going to do it for the Islander power play.
Rangers have had a strong game on the faceoffs. Over the first 6 or 7 minutes of the game, Sam, they did not. Since that point, their faceoffs have been crucial in this game.
Sutter gets a shot off wide of the net. Teams are back at full strength. Islanders are 0 for 3 on the power play.
Included in that, the power play goal by Ogrodnik just after a draw.
Eriksson takes the puck out of the zone. I think he forgot that the Rangers are back at full strength. Now he skates to the bench.
Sam, 24-17 Rangers as far as draws go, and that's been their best of the 5 games.
They've done everything right. Crossman just hit Millette from behind, knocked him down. But the Rangers forced Crossman the other way. Norton sends it out for Laxdal. Long shot. Ooh, a tough shot. Knocked aside by Richter. Overskated by Lauer. DeMaio's got it.
Laxdal's got a big shot if you're not familiar with watching him play.
One-time Toronto Maple Leaf. Lauer missed the setup from Laxdal. Healy waits for the puck. Gardner coming down. Forces Healy to go to the other side. Minute and 40 gone by in the third period. Rangers lead 5-2. Rob DeMaio with a shot. Save Richter. Another tough shot. Lauer's pass is blocked by Patrick. To the point to McBean for the shot. Scores! Wayne McBean firing it through a crowd. And the Islanders are within 2. It's a 5-3 game.
What a great shot by McBean. Earlier, DeMaio with the big shot. Richter the save, and the Rangers line with Nichols and Gardner and Millette on it running around. Running around, Sam, the defensive zone. That's Nichols moving out. I think it went off of his stick. Ricocheted up high as McBean takes the shot. He's wide open, McBean is. Nichols goes down, and watch his hockey stick. There.
Yes.
Is where the shot by McBean, the puck caught the stick and ricocheted straight up. McBean, who was +1 going into this period of this game, has played well in the last 2 games for the Islanders. The young future right there for the Islanders. McBean makes it 5-3.
Former first-round draft pick of the LA Kings came over in the big trade, which sent Kelly Rudy to the Kings. They brought Fitzpatrick and McBean to the Islanders. A long way to go yet.
Pretty good shift by that DeMaio line. They were buzzing, had 2 scoring chances and scored.
The Rangers had better not make the mistake of trying to sit back, John, because the Islanders will go for it. They've got to go all out now. They must win to stay alive in this series. It's now 5-3 with 2 minutes 15 seconds gone by in the third period.
The Islanders trailing. The Rangers have to play a smart neutral zone. They just got caught icing the puck, the Rangers did. Smart turnovers in the neutral zone and counter.
Patrick Flatley. He's been tough in this series, as he's always played. Islander goal was McBean, his first playoff goal from Laxdal and Lauer at 150. Norton toward the net, saved by Richter. Again, Richter screened on the shot this time. Lead for Kissio with a shot that's deflected by Norton up into the crowd. Play stops. 17:26 remaining, third period. Rangers leading 5-3 and trying to close out the Islanders in this first round series.
The Islanders, Sam, have averaged 6.2 shots on goal per third period in this series. That's not many. They've already had 4 here in this third period. They've averaged 6.2 through the first 4 games in the third periods. Islanders look to break that, as this third period is just 2.5 minutes old.
Turcotte, King, and Wilson come on for the Rangers with Greshner and Patrick as you look at Bernie Nichols. Turcotte against DeMaio for the face-off. Wayne McBean to Gary Nyland. Rangers have to go and chase it. James Patrick plays it around nicely to Kerry Wilson. Wilson bumped by DeMaio. They push and shove. DeMaio lost his stick, trying to pull the stick away from Wilson.
DeMaio coming off a very strong shift, Sam, here. We'll see if they can follow it up once again.
Turcotte banging it off the boards. Islanders send it in, and Turcotte recovers. Wilson. Turcotte racing down the middle. Turcotte goes through and shoots. Save, Healy. Big play by Healy as Turcotte almost split the defense. Got off a real good shot.
That's a gamer. That save is a game saver. Big game tonight for Turcotte. He's been on the just flying.
Rangers clear the zone, but the puck goes up over the boards into the scorers area. 16:29 to go in the third. 5-3 Rangers. Healy was the Rangers' first shot on goal on him.
And the fourth shot by Turcotte in the game, his 17th in the series. Good save by Glenn Healy. He was out to meet that shot well above the goal crease. 17th by Turcotte in the series. Not bad for a rookie over almost 5 games.
Diduck, long shot, knocked away with a blocker by Richter. It's into the crowd.
Now the Islanders bearing down to win draws. That time Sutter beat Janssens. Diduck with the shot. We'll see here as Janssens and Sutter go head-to-head. Clean win by Sutter and a good shot, but it was rising, and I thought it went off the shaft of the stick of Richter. Richter may be a little nervous in this position. Sam, that did not go off his blocker. That caught the portion of the stick above his blocker and ricocheted into the stands.
Janssens against Sutter on the face-off. Flatley and Rochefort in the corner. Flatley tries to center, blocked by Moeller. Moves it quickly out of the zone. This will be an icing. Back comes Diduck. Play stops with 16:10 remaining in the third period.
Rangers have Millette on the line with Janssens and Broughton now. Eriksson not working this line. This is something the Rangers coaching staff have done throughout the last 3 games of the series.
This program is authorized by Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, rebroadcast, or the use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this event, including the imposition of a charge for viewing the program without the expressed written consent of Madison Square Garden Productions Incorporated, is prohibited. Al Arbor. It's nervous time. It's all over in Boston. The Bruins now lead the series 3-2. Cam Neely with 2 goals. Andy Moog in goal. And Boston beats Hartford 3-2. They go to Hartford for Game 6 Sunday night. And Montreal with a big road victory, now leading Buffalo 3-2 as they beat Buffalo 4-2 in Buffalo.
3 wins in that series by the road teams. The Rangers again called for icing as they continue to dump the puck out of the zone and down the ice.
I don't think Roger Nielsen's too happy about that.
Well, they can sense danger. And the Islanders have strong face-off club. The Rangers' priority, Sam, is to get the puck out of the zone. Yeah. You have to pay for it with an icing, but then you pay for it with an icing.
LaFontaine with Wood and Baumgartner against Nichols. Gartner and Eriksson. Gartner slides it across. Eriksson goes for it. Crossman takes it. Gives it away to Nichols. Gartner gets the pass and fakes the shot on Norton. Into the corner, Eriksson against LaFontaine. Moved around by Gartner to Nichols. Slides all the way through. LaFontaine lost his stick. Goes to the bench for another one. Meanwhile, Wood races for the puck. Sharp angle shot is wide, and Richter got a piece of it.
Oh, and a piece of plexiglass just came out right out of its moorings down in the corner when Rochefort hit Wood. The earthquake type tremor was felt by the glass as it popped out of its mooring.
Did Richter take note of that?
Oh my. Oh my.
And we'll have it have it for you here on Madison Square Garden Network, beginning with game night at 7 o'clock. Knicks and the Miami Heat. Over at the Islander bench.
The helmet problem. Oh, it's Glenn Healy, the goaltender's helmet.
Okay.
The screw has come loose. They have to take the nut and the bolt or the screw and put it back together for Glenn.
Lots of delays thus far, John. A lot of stoppages in play here in the third period. We've only played 4 minutes and 34 seconds. We look at Glenn Healy, who came over from Los Angeles and played well for the Islanders this year.
Well, we have a second here. We mentioned it during the pregame show, but not during the game, that Ray Bourque did not play for Boston tonight. He does not have a hip pointer, as has been mentioned around the country. He has a deep thigh bruise. Yesterday, he showed up at the doctor's office on crutches. The deep thigh bruise, where it's a strong or a bad Charlie horse. The blood is not dissipated from his thigh very quickly. And he today was able to ride a stationary bike. He has not been skating whatsoever. Again, I'll mention he was on crutches yesterday at the doctor's office. Today, the stationary bike. So who knows? The other thing is Chris Chelios from Montreal is scheduled to start skating tomorrow.
Bruins, without Bourque, protected a 3-2 lead through the third period tonight. Great goaltending from Andy Moog. Made 20 saves in the game, and the Bruins have a 3-2 lead on the Whalers in that Adams Division semifinal. Montreal leading Buffalo 3-2. Those series moved to Hartford and Montreal for Game 6 Sunday night. Devils will be at Washington for Game 6 Sunday night, with Washington leading that series now 3-2. Rangers put it in the Islanders zone. A little over 5 minutes gone by in the third. Rangers with a 5-3 lead. Islanders a goal here in the third period by Wayne McBean. Greshner trying to play it into his block, then fires it down. Healy stops it.
6 of 8 series, going at least 6 games. If the Islanders come back to win this one, it would be 7. Unbelievable for the series in the first round to go that long.
Parity in the NHL. Good takeaway by Gartner, and then it's taken back by the Islanders' Gerald Diddick. Only the St. Louis Blues have advanced as they defeated Toronto in 5 games. Now the Islanders are called for icing. Back the other way they'll go with 14:23 to go in the third period. The Rangers with a 2-goal lead. Nichols, Gartner, and Millette on the ice now with Greshner and Bloomberg. Finley, Diddick with the puck, moving it up to Fitzgerald, who's on with McDonough and Maloney. Rangers keep it in the Islanders' zone. Bloomberg sends it back in. Mike Gartner has 2 goals in the game, but he has done so much more than just score. His forechecking, his screening of the goaltenders on the power play, his aggressive play throughout all over the ice has been very, very impressive. Millette takes the puck. Pass deflected by McDonough. Maloney recovers. Millette stays on him. Fitzgerald went right past the puck. They broke in, and he left the puck behind him.
Seeing a sloppy third period to this point.
Lead for Nichols goes past him, and Brad Lauer takes it. 13:25 remaining in the third. 5-3 Rangers lead. Islanders led once in this game, 2-1.
The third period's been the lowest scoring period of the series between the two teams. Well, that goal by the Islanders, McBean, the Islanders have outscored the Rangers 3-1 now in the third periods. Not many by either club.
Patrick wheels around. Plays it out for Kerry Wilson. Rangers have had a 2-goal lead in each game of this series. Crossman looks around. We played a little over 7 minutes in the third. Crossman looks for an open man. Pass deflects across. Islanders have to regroup in center, get back on side. Norton for DeMaio, missed, and Wilson has it. Wilson winds up. His shot saved by Healy off his right arm. The rebound taken away by Crossman from Turcotte. Lindy Ruff sends it back. Norton passes in the Rangers zone, and Ruff takes it back to the Islander end. Norton chases it down, looks around, goes to Crossman. Derek Laxdal can't handle it. The Islanders making several changes in the lineup this evening. LaFontaine The return going against Rochefort takes him down hard into the boards. Rangers send it out. Long shot by Ogrodnik, and Healy got a piece of that.
If there's one player in the league you'd love to see 15 pounds heavier and stronger, it'd be LaFontaine, wouldn't it?
But he's learned.
Oh, he is.
He's strengthened his body.
Oh, he has, Sam, but he's just not as physically strong as the bigger defenseman. He tries to go wide like that. Rochefort lost his stick, and he just simply outmuscled LaFontaine, who got right back into the play.
Kissio picks up the puck, moves in, he shoots wide. 11:30 to go in the third. 5-3 Rangers. Erickson hit by McBean along the boards. It's Ogrodnik back to Greshner. Around the boards, Healy stops it. Randy Wood winds up. Richter the save. Greshner plays the puck. And the Rangers defense doing the job. McBean sends it back in. Oler got a piece of it. It's kept in by Finley, wide of the net. LaFontaine gets to it. LaFontaine,
Penalty to Greshner.
knocked away by Jansen's. Whistle stops play, and the Islanders go on the power play.
Greshner away from the puck, knocked over, I believe, Volek. He gets caught. Islanders have some life.
Opening the door for the Islanders, who are within 2 and have a power play chance. Their 4th power play of the game.
See Volek, Greshner knocks him off balance about 30 feet away from, well, 25 feet away from the puck. And he looks with his hands up. He knows he made a mistake. It's a bad penalty by Greshner deep when the Rangers have a 2-goal lead. And the Islanders power play can get them right back into this thing.
Islanders on the power play are 0 for 3 in the game. 4 for 25 in the series. LaFontaine, Sutter and Volek, Crossman and Norton. Rangers, Turcotte, Erickson, Rochefort and Patrick. Rangers have a shorthanded goal in this game by Normand Rochefort. The play made by Paul Broughton, who came out of the penalty box after his penalty had expired. It was a 5-on-3. Broughton returned and made a great play to set up Rochefort's goal. Rangers try to dig it free, can't do it. Patrick in the corner, hit by LaFontaine. Patrick double teamed by Volek and LaFontaine. Volek has the puck. Volek into the corner to Sutter. LaFontaine set up in front with Rochefort. They're battling. Oh, are they ever battling? Volek back to Crossman. What a tough battle in front between LaFontaine and Rochefort. Here's Volek with room. He shoots. Save Richter. Way up it goes into the crowd. 1:09 to go on the power play.
You're looking at a gutsy player right there. First of all, he recognized an opportunity to nail James Patrick into the boards. He took it, hit him hard, and then he went to the front of the net. And Sam, he's battling with Rochefort. Watch Rochefort's right hand. Watch his right hand. He'll come across there. He'll come across again there. He misses again, but LaFontaine stays in position. He's a gutsy guy.
Oh, man.
Rochefort much bigger. Rochefort on the line there, not taking a penalty, but abusing the Islander player.
10:03 remaining in the third. 5-3 Rangers lead it. 1:09 to go on the power play. LaFontaine against Kissio. Kissio and Mullen on with Rochefort and Moeller.
Remember, LaFontaine drew a 2-man advantage by being cross-checked in front of the goal when they were already on a power play by Moeller.
Moeller drives it around the boards, and Karam's out. Crossman, 1 minute to go on the power play. Norton past the midway point of the third period. Off the stick of Sutter, broke it up by Kissio. Volek. Lead for LaFontaine is behind him. Richter decides to go out and play it. He's upended by LaFontaine. Rochefort takes the puck, moves it up the boards. Good play by Rochefort. Mullen comes out, overskates. LaFontaine has it back. Now Crossman. See the time remaining and the penalty to Ron Greshner. 9:20 to go in the third. Crossman on the move. Flatley slowed down by Kissio's hook. Flatley against Rochefort in the corner. Kissio takes it away and clears. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Crossman slowed down by Erickson, who's all over with the stick. Rangers drive it out. Turcotte sends it down. Power play will end. Grechner is back. Teams are at full strength. Rangers maintain the 2-goal lead with 8:50 to go in the third.
Islanders had one good scoring chance. Bullock with the shot to save by Richter.
Randy Wood all the way. He scores! Randy Wood has made that move throughout the series and finally gets it past Mike Richter. It's a 1-goal game with 8:42 to go in the third. The Islanders, not giving up, have battled back to within one.
Norton leads a pass out of the Islanders zone wide to Wood. It's a one-on-one with Patrick over on the left defense. And Wood faked inside, went outside, and was able to squeeze it through Mike Richter. Patrick overplaying left defense. He usually plays the right side, Sam. Watch a fake to the inside. Now the change of speed to the outside. And Randy Wood finally gets a dividend for all of his good play in this series. He has speed. Look at this. He slows down. Now he changed gears. And boy, can he change gears and put on the speed. Pretty good show here by Wood. And he puts it through Mike Richter. We have a 5-4 game, 8:42 remaining. What a battle. This gutsy club comes back.
We've played over 11 minutes in the third. The Rangers have had only 2 shots on goal. The Islanders have had 8. And it's a totally new game, a 1-goal game. Maloney hit hard and high by Lindy Ruff. Gets it to McDonough, though. He's tied up by Turcotte. Maloney with Fitzgerald. Pass is blocked by Ruff. Millette sends it out to Gartner. With Gary Nyland back, Gartner moves in. He shoots. He scores! It's a hat trick for Mike Gartner!
Good recovery by Mike Gartner. You'll see here that Gardner runs into his old man, Lindy Ruff, but he recovers. Troy Millette with a nice pass in the neutral zone. Gardner realizes Millette has the puck. He stays wide. There's the pass. It's a 2-on-2, and Glenn Healy gets beat with a long shot from the wide side. This is a pass by Millette right here. Sets it up to Mike Gardner, and the Rangers speed player goes wide, has no pass, takes a shot. Glenn Healy gets beaten, and Mike Gartner has the hat trick. The Rangers regain a 2-goal lead. Look at the pass. Beautiful pass from Millette. And Glenn Healy shouldn't get beaten from here, Sam.
This is the man that they talked about. They questioned his ability to score in the playoffs. Mike Gartner with a hat trick, 2 power play goals, and that familiar rocket as he streaks down the right wing.
He gets on a roll. Goal scorers get on rolls. He's on a roll.
The first Rangers hat trick in the playoffs since Ron Duguay had a hat trick in 1980 on April the 20th against the Philadelphia Flyers.
Boy, this joint's jumping, isn't it?
Oh, man. And the Rangers answering back with a huge goal, John. Make it 26 seconds after Wood had scored to cut it to 5-4. It was Wood from Norton and Healy at 11:18. Gartner getting the goal here to make it 6-4.
I don't know if anybody's sitting in this place.
Wow. .8:16 remaining. The Hats are still coming out onto the ice. They're going wild here in the Garden now. What a big goal for Gartner. Richter gloves it, drops it for Ruff. No, he held it.
It got stuck in his glove. Mike Richter, who's showing signs of being a little bit nervous here in a big game.
He faked out everybody on that play, including Lindy Ruff. Rangers are offside.
Himself, too. That puck got stuck in the webbing of his glove.
7:59 to go. Third period. Rangers a 2-goal lead. Their offense with 2 major trades, Nichols and Gartner, and boy have they produced. Nichols has had 3 goals in this series, and Gartner has had 3 goals in this game. 7:59 remaining in the third period. Rangers only 3 shots on goal in this third, but once again they lead by 2, 6-4. Didick sending it ahead. Moeller clearing the zone. Greshner takes the puck. Forechecking DeMaio and Lauer trying to take away that defense pass.
And the Rangers worked on this before the series started to set up the breakout to be prepared for it. This is kind of like a full court press by the Islanders to try and create a turnover since they trail by 2 with just over 7 minutes remaining.
King and Diddick combined to freeze the puck along the boards with 7:20 remaining. In the third period, Rangers leading 6-4. The Yankees playing at home this weekend, played at home tonight against the Texas Rangers, and we'll have them on Madison Square Garden Network tomorrow afternoon, beginning with Yankee Scorecard with Al Trautwig at 1 o'clock. And then Al will join Wayne Stats and Tony Kubek in the booth to bring you the action of the Yankees and the Texas Rangers. And I believe Nolan Ryan gets the call for the Rangers in that one. So join us here on Madison Square Garden Network.
Nolan Ryan hasn't allowed a hit this season yet. Five innings, no hit ball.
A fine game. His first start. Had a no-hit. How about Langston already combining with Witt for a no-hitter? The Yankees defeat the Texas Rangers 3-0. I don't know who got the start. Pascual Perez get the start tonight?
Was supposed to.
How about that?
He was scheduled to.
Got out in his first start. The Yankees 2-0.
Pascual's an adventure, isn't he?
Yankees a 2-0 start. Baumgartner was offside. 7:07 to go.
Glenn Healy will have to come up big for his team now, Sam. I suspect the Islander defenseman will pinch as much as possible when the Rangers try to use the boards coming out of their zone. You'll see deep forechecking by everybody on the Islander club. You'll see Crossman or Norton, who are on the ice now as a pair, as Brad Lauer looks on. Those defensemen, they will move up into the play, taking chances. The Islanders need it bad.
Islanders showed a lot of guts and courage coming back after they fell behind 5-2. Rallied to 5-4, and now 7 minutes remain. The Rangers are leading 6-4. Healy stops the puck for Crossman. Right on him is Jan Eriksson, but it's taken back by Jeff Norton. Played in from the Islanders side of the red line. Richter puts it back into the corner, and the Rangers head up ice. Rochefort. Eriksson trying to get it to Turcotte. Turcotte's got it. Glove save by Healy. And he holds with 6:32 to go.
That's what I mean by having to come up big here. With his team trailing by 2, Turcotte with his 5th shot of the game for the Rangers. The puck is moved up. You see him snap it here. One of the great shots on the Ranger club. And there's Glenn Healy concentrating and working on the shot to make the save. A choppy third period. It had about 2 minutes of sustained action, a couple of goals. Other than that, there's been a lot of whistles, offsides, icings.
Kelly Kessio wins the faceoff from Brent Sutter. Working in the corner against Sutter. Keeps it alive. Comes out. Working against McBean. Now Ogrodnik with a shot that's stopped by Healy. Tricky shot by John Ogrodnik.
And the faceoff was won by the Rangers because when Sutter and Kissio got tied up, Ogrodnik darted in. And he's the man that got to the loose puck for the Rangers to gain control. And we're seeing a lot of Ranger faceoff wins, not only by the centerman, but by the wingers moving in, darting in to get the loose pucks, almost as though it was by design. And Ogrodnik with the latest scoring chance. 6:15 on the clock now as Roger Nielsen looks on. Ron Smith in the background. Wayne Cashman, the other assistant coach, upstairs.
And you know how long these 6 minutes must feel to those guys. The Rangers would like nothing better than to close out this series, get some rest, and await the outcome of the Washington-New Jersey series, which the next round, the division finals, would begin on Thursday. And it begins here at Madison Square Garden if the Rangers win this.
Right. If.
What I said. Still a ways to go, and the Islanders have not quit. Kessio joined by Mullen. Mullen shoots, save by Healy. What a save with the stick.
That was the end of this series if Mullen scores. What a save by Healy. Desperation save.
Sutter gets to the puck, works it to Flatley, who missed it. Kissio is bumped along the boards, but moves it up for Mullen, who's without a helmet. It was ripped off by Gary Nyland. Nyland is back as Ogrodnik moves in, tries to beat him. Ogrodnik gets to the puck. Nyland ties him up. 5.5 minutes to go. 6-4, Rangers lead it. Mike Gartner. What a night he's had. Gartner lost his glove, gets it back. Meanwhile, the Islanders recover the puck in their own zone. McBean, almost a giveaway. Gartner taken down on the play. Millette pops up in the air. Millette's got it, heading for the net. But a whistle stops play. I believe it was touched with a stick above the shoulder. That's the call. 5:07 to go in the third. Rangers leading 6-4. Jerry Cosby and Company, supplier to the Rangers and Knicks, with stores at Madison Square Garden, Princeton, New Jersey, and Westbury, Long Island. 5 minutes to go in the third. 6-4 Rangers. McDonough brings the puck down with Maloney and Fitzgerald. Maloney against Bloomberg. Loose behind the net. Maloney digs it out. Bloomberg ties him up. Fitzgerald centers the shot, blocked. Finley got in for the shot. Bloomberg clears. Gartner races for the puck. Didick pokes it away. Finley's got it. Didick finds it. Avoids Nichols. Intended for Maloney. Rangers have it back. 4.5 minutes to go. Finley to Didick. Patrick off his stick. He's got it back. Falls down. Fitzgerald tried to take it away, but it's taken back by Paul Broughton. Comes out with Troy Millette. Millette goes for a change, and Broughton is all alone. And he carries it down. Broughton hasn't played too much, all that much, but he's been effective when he's been out there.
He's a bright player.
Hard hit by Rochefort on Randy Wood. Baumgartner going after Turcotte, who moves it around the boards. It's kept in by Norton. Broughton is hit by Baumgartner, but able to clear the zone. Broughton drives it in. Healy stops the puck.
Mid-ice collision between Wood and
Turcotte is down. Oh my.
It was a mid-ice collision. Both Wood and Turcotte, Sam. Both players went down. Wood got back up, and Turcotte's injured.
Randy Wood. He's still on the ice.
I did not see the collision. I saw the results of the collision. Both players went down. Wood got up, flexing his right leg, and Turcotte did not get up.
.341 remaining.
Try and see it here as to what happened. Here's Wood. Turcotte looking the other direction. Now they look at each other. Ooh, Wood goes out of his way. Put the right leg out, and to meet Turcotte when the puck was not within, well, the puck was nowhere to be found, Sam.
Roger Nielsen was upset with the check of Brad Lauer early in the game 4 on James Patrick when he stuck out a knee, and now Turcotte is the man down.
Randy Wood, you could see, put his right leg out as Turcotte was skating across. He moved right into him. Here's Wood as he gets hit by Rochefort. Wood nailed into the boards.
Rochefort high with the elbow.
High hit by Rochefort on Wood. And Turcotte battles around. And then, ooh, the bodies start to fly all over the place on that shift.
Getting real rough out there. Now Turcotte being helped up. Randy Wood looking. Turcotte being helped off the ice and not putting any pressure on, I believe, his left leg, John.
Turcotte looked and saw that Wood, the two of them are about to collide, and Wood bent down and put his right leg out, and you see the results of the collision. Some weight being put on Turcotte's leg, Sam. The thing was, the puck was not anywhere near where the collision between the two players was. Again, watch Wood. Just watch Wood, 11 dart. Watch his body go. He sees Turcotte. Watch his right leg and his hip as he moves into him. That's a dirty play. I mean, that's knee injuries happen with collisions like that. And obviously, it looks like it could be one. No penalty called on the play, by the way, and I think that's what's upset Roger Nielsen more than anything else. 3:41 on the clock, 6-4 Rangers. And Randy Wood, who's played well in this series, gets away with knocking Turcotte down.
Well, 3:41 to go.
With that type
I know if you're the Rangers, you want to get out of here without any injury.
Absolutely. And on that play, it looked like a leg injury to Turcotte. As far as the leg injury goes, you hope it's nothing more than perhaps a hyperextended knee.
Or a bruise.
But who knows? The Rangers have until Thursday, if they win this thing, to get Turcotte back, who's been a very, very solid player in this game.
Less than 3.5 minutes to go. 6-4 Rangers leading it. Lauer gets by Moeller. Lauer centers. Saved by Richter off DeMaio. DeMaio knocked down hard by Moeller.
Hey, DeMaio
getting rough out there.
DeMaio has played a fine game. 3:18 remaining. DeMaio with a scoring chance. And Richter with a big save. And the players, the defensemen for the Islanders, have to control themselves to stay out of the zone to keep the face-off in deep. You see the collisions. There's DeMaio spinning away from Ogrodnik, and the cross-check by Randy Moeller knocking DeMaio down after Richter made the big save. A cross-check by Moeller on the back of DeMaio, knocking him down.
Penalty is called. Mullen and Laxdal have been sent off. No loss of manpower on the ice. Coincidental minors with 3:18 to go in this third period. Rangers leading 6-4. Roughing penalties have been handed out to both Brian Mullen and Derek Laxdal at 16:42. Rangers leading 6-4. Early celebration as a balloon comes down. Still time left for the Islanders to come back. They drew within one after trailing by 3, 5-2. McBean at 150, Wood at 11:18, but Gardner 26 seconds after the Randy Wood goal, getting his hat-trick goal, giving the Rangers a 6-4 lead. Sutter winning the faceoff. Crossman shot is stopped by Richter. Sutter was tied up by Kissio, a good play. Ogrodnik battles Volek in the corner. Sutter centers, Flatley scores. It's a one-goal game.
3:07 on the clock. The Islanders controlled the draw. Sutter, who's so good at it, and the Islanders worked the puck around, battled along the boards. Flatley established position high in the slot. You'll see Sutter win the draw. Kissio stays with him. Here's the original shot. It's stopped. Now look at Flatley up. Thinks about going to the corner. Peels back as the Rangers are pressed in their own zone. Look at Flatley now peeling back, and he's in great position. Nobody's on him. Beautiful pass. And Flatley scores, and we have ourselves a game here. 3:07, a one-goal game. And the tension mounts.
Oh, yes.
In the Garden.
The Islanders trying to stay alive. The Rangers trying to close it out. 3 minutes to go as Sutter's shot is tipped by Rochefort, goes into the crowd. Patrick Flatley with his 16th career playoff goal, his 4th against the Rangers.
Something resilient about the Islanders and their organization throughout their history.
Every time you think you have them down,
every time
they come back. I'll never forget that game against Pittsburgh at the Nassau Coliseum. I was walking down from the press box. It was 3-1. When I got down to one level above the ice, it was 3-2. When I got to ice level, it was 3-3. And they won it in overtime.
Oh, Tonelli with the big goal, right?
Flatley from Sutter and Volek, 16:53 the time. It's a 6-5 game.
There was pushing and shoving. The Islander defenseman stayed out of the zone to make sure the faceoff stayed in the Rangers zone. And then the Islanders controlled the puck in the corner, Sam. And we have a one-goal game.
Wood against Patrick. When a whistle stops play with an offside called. With 2:37 to go in this third period. Rangers 6, Islanders 5 as Al Arbor works the bench, works his players, and looks for that tying goal to keep it alive.
And he now does not have Baumgartner on the wing, of course, with LaFontaine. He's put DeMaio on the wing. DeMaio's been great in this game. Yeah, I would think he'll double shift. He'll go LaFontaine, Sutter, LaFontaine, Sutter as time winds down.
Wood with a shot. It's a save by Richter through a screen of LaFontaine. Here's LaFontaine behind the net. Centers in front off a skate. Erickson clears the zone. There you see the time remaining. as the Islanders almost got it, John. LaFontaine screened Richter, and that was a big save.
Word on Turcotte, a right knee injury. He's finished for this game.
The word is a bruised knee. And he will not return in this one. Erickson coming it down. Under 2 minutes remaining. Norton looks up ice. The valuable seconds ticking off on the Islanders as they look for the tie. Lindy Ruff reaches for the puck. Richter reaches for it. Volek is there. Worked free by Ruff. 1:40 to go. He's checked along the boards by Flatley. Flatley comes over, tries to dig it free. He's hit by Ruff. Flatley battling Ruff. Crossman's shot goes high and wide. Kissio gets to it, 1.5 minutes to go. Rangers get out of the zone. Here comes Ogrodnik against Crossman. The shot. Save Healy. Volek has the puck. Here's Flatley. Rochefort is there. Slows him down. Around the boards. Bounces to the side of the net. Richter smothers it on a sharp carom and a bouncing, wiggling puck that Mike Richter controlled at the last second.
Bouncing and wiggling. It was so. Both teams have their timeouts remaining. Healy still in the Islander goal. Here we see the puck go in deep, and it bounces away from both Richter and Moeller. And Richter does the smart thing. You see Jansen's come back with his man Sutter, getting good position on him. Face-off now to the near side, the left side of Mike Richter. The Islanders have pulled Glenn Healy, or at least he is at the bench, having an equipment problem once again. I think the Islanders have called the timeout as we set up for what is a big, big face-off in the Rangers zone. The fans standing here.
They're all up. 1:12 remaining in the third period. Rangers 6, Islanders 5.
Looks like Healy may stay on the ice as he has not gone to the Islander bench to this point. Al Arbour having a meeting with all his players, explaining what he wants here. Darcy Regier there along with Lorne Henning. Brent Sutter will undoubtedly take the draw. Healy is going to the bench, Sam. 6 attackers on the ice for the Islanders.
With the face-off deep in the Rangers zone, the Islanders want to pin the Rangers in and control it. They have gone for the empty net and the extra skater.
Islanders were down by 3 at one time, closed to within 1, then we're down by 2, have closed to within 1 again.
Islanders have been good on the faceoffs against the Rangers here in the third period.
Well, that's the big ones that mean something, and this is a big one. The Rangers go with Jansen's opposite Sutter. 4 forwards up front for the Islanders. Norton and Crossman back on the blue line.
Sutter, Volek, Flatley, and LaFontaine. Norton and Crossman for the Islanders. Jansen's, Erickson, Kissio, Patrick, and Rochefort for the Rangers.
Rangers have 2 centermen on the ice.
Jansen wins the draw. Patrick takes the puck. Volek is on him immediately. Patrick taken down by Volek. It's loose. LaFontaine checked by Rochefort. Kissio gets to the puck. He moves up ice. He tries to clear the zone. He does. Erickson to Jansen. Jansen to the line. He backhands him wide of the net. Less than a minute to go. Crossman. There's the time. Lead for LaFontaine. Across the Volek. Offside Islanders.
44 seconds on the clock. And man, there's a lot of people's stomachs turning in this building right now, churning and turning. A close play. The face-off now will be back just outside, actually the midway point between center ice and the Islanders' blue line, which means the Islanders may have to put their goaltender back on the ice.
Pat LaFontaine has had only 1 point in the game, an assist. But boy,
well.
as he lifted this team, you can see what he means to this Islander team.
Islanders do not put their goaltender back in. They stay with 6 people on the ice.
See, I question this, John. This is a position where if the Rangers won the faceoff, they could shoot it right into the net. They're on the Islanders side of the red line.
Al Arbour playing his smarts and senses. They are going for the tie.
LaFontaine wins it. Crossman takes it with 40. Volek sends it in. Richter watches it go around. Patrick moves it up, blocked by LaFontaine. It's cleared out by Broughton. All the way down. This will be an icing. Crossman comes back. And the clock stops with 26 seconds remaining.
Face off now to the right side, the far side. The right side of Mike Richter as Al Arbour is doing his best. He is tied with Scotty Bowman. Oh, Al Arbour just slipped and hurt himself as he went off the end of the bench. He is tied with Scotty Bowman for the most playoff victories ever. And now he directs Pat LaFontaine as to what to do, Norton as to what to do. He's doing this without, remember, he's used his timeout. So he's trying to get the players to come by the bench for instruction. Kissio this time takes the draw to the right side of Mike Richter.
Kissio on with Broughton and Erickson. Broughton can take face-offs if Kissio were chased.
All the Islanders up except for one, and that's Norton. LaFontaine directing him for the one shot. It's like two football lines going head-to-head.
Kissio's got room. Will he push it forward or will he pull it back on the face-off?
He may pull it back. Remember, LaFontaine wants to go back with it. Kissio trying to put it in the corner. He's crossed his hand over.
He does. But Sutter gets to the puck. Back to Norton with a shot deflected on the way in. Flatley gets to the puck. Picked up by Patrick. Now it's Norton. Fakes the shot on Broughton. He takes the shot. It's deflected. In the corner, Flatley. Kissio tied up by two men. 10 seconds to go. And it's frozen for a face-off with 9.
James Patrick blocked the shot from the point. I'll tell you, nice play by Norton to fake the shot and have Kissio try to go down to block it. Norton moved around, had time for the big shot, and James Patrick blocked that shot before it got through. Now the face-off. This time, the same position where LaFontaine and Kissio went at it last time.
Kissio has been 4-1 in the defensive zone against LaFontaine in face-offs. He's 3-4 against Brent Sutter on the face-offs.
Rangers make a change and take Patrick off the ice.
Moeller is on. Kissio, Broughton, and Erickson, Moeller and Rochefort. Islanders, Sutter, Flatley, LaFontaine, Bollock, Crossman, and Norton.
Now Bernie Nichols comes out for the draw, Sam, in place of Kelly Kissio. No. The Rangers want to make sure they have two centermen on the ice in case one gets thrown out. So Erickson goes to the bench. Nichols is out there with Kissio. The Rangers, if they get caught with only one centerman there and he loses the draw, I mean, he gets thrown out, then they're in dire trouble. The Rangers now making a slow change here. They haven't used their timeout.
They put 1 second back on the clock, John. There was 10 seconds remaining. It was at 9. 1 second has gone back on the clock. 10 seconds to go. 6-5 Rangers.
Same setup for the Islanders with Norton back.
Kissio and LaFontaine for the faceoff. Every person in the Garden on their feet. Loose. The shot wide by Sutter. Around the boards, Bollock. He's tied up with 5. Flatley centers it blocked. The Rangers win. The Rangers win.
The first man to shake hands representing the Islanders is Baumgartner. I'll tell you what, he is one competitor, took very few bad penalties. He was messed up at the end of game 1 and criticized for it, but he leads the Islander players in shaking hands, and I respect him for it.
For the first time since 1979, the Rangers have beaten the Islanders in the playoffs as they take the series 4 games to 1. And advance to the division finals. And there's a great player in LaFontaine. The courage he showed in coming back. Mike Richter wins his 3rd game of the playoffs. The former Ranger Don Maloney had quite a series. Troy Millette was the focal point of physical play. And did he ever make his presence felt? Mike Gardner with a hat trick. There goes Don Maloney. He was tough. Mike Richter goes off. For the cheers cascading down. The Rangers hold on. The Islanders never quit. And you saw those two strong coaching rivals, Al Arbor and Roger Nielsen, shake hands after the game. The New York Rangers have beaten the Islanders 6-5 and win the series 4-1.